Psychiatric medicine shall be used as only a part of a comprehensive plan for
mental health services to a youth. Psychiatric medicine may be prescribed for a youth after an initial comprehensive
psychiatric assessment by a psychiatrist, with ongoing monitoring for beneficial effects and side effects.
You have read the policy on the use of psychiatric medicines for youth requiring mental health services. And now, to assist in highlighting key points from that policy, I would like to welcome Nina and Kevin. Nina is a psychiatrist with over a decade of experience working with youth in OCFS facilities. Greetings, Nina.
Thank you for having me.
Kevin comes to us from a secure facility where he works as a YDA. Kevin, welcome.
Thank you.
So Nina, the policy talks about a comprehensive plan for mental health treatment. Would you say that psychiatric medicine is the main feature of that plan?
Not necessarily. We do think of medication as one tool in the larger toolkit of mental health interventions, but the function and priority of this intervention is going to vary from youth to youth, and it's going to change over time based on the information we gather through clinical monitoring.
In other words, medication is not the be-all, end-all solution.
Right. I prescribe psychiatric medicine on a time-limited basis, possibly as a short-term component of the overall treatment plan if that's what the situation calls for. In fact, my goal is to follow the principle of prescribing the lowest doses and the least number of medicines whenever possible.
It's worth noting as well for direct care staff, just as medication is not the solution to a youth's emotional or psychiatric problems, it is not an option for restraining or sedating youth experiencing aggression.
Okay, say for a moment I'm the parent or legal guardian. I know that the staff are following guidelines for the use of psychiatric medicines, but how do I know that the medication is the right choice for the youth to begin with?
Good question. Part of my job right at the start is to identify a list of target symptoms or specific psychiatric, behavioral, and emotional symptoms we need to address. My choice of medication and dosage stems from what will manage and treat the disorder and those target symptoms.
When you decide to move forward with the medication then, what does the initial discussion look like? Who is involved?
Both the youth and the parent or legal guardian need to understand how this medication may affect their lives. The policy requires the psychiatrists meet the youth in person to discuss the prescription in a way that will allow them to grasp the potential changes, the risks and benefits of the medication, along with any alternatives they may want to consider.
To add to what Nina said about possible alternatives, youth can refuse to take the medicine, even if the parent or legal guardian provides consent, and in that case, the psychiatrist needs to inform the rest of the treatment team.
And what are the expectations when it comes to communicating with the parent or legal guardian?
There are some exceptions, but in general, only a parent or legal guardian may provide consent for treatment with psychiatric medication, and that comes first in the form of verbal consent. The psychiatrist can contact the parent or legal guardian in person or over the phone, and their initial verbal consent must be witnessed.
So there's a back and forth you're doing as prescribing psychiatrist with the youth, the parent or legal guardian, and the rest of the treatment team. Does that continue after you make the prescription?
Yes. In order to collect vital information on the youth's mental health status, psychiatrists have to talk about the prescribed medicine and any related issues with the entire support team. That includes doctors and nurses, but also teachers, the clinician, direct care staff.
That's right. Additionally, all staff who work with the youth are involved in monitoring in some way, whether that's asking about side effects and benefits or simply making observations.
How often do these dialogues occur?
It depends. The prescribing psychiatrist assesses the youth every 30 days at least. The psychiatrist then passes the information they gather about the youth to the rest of the team during weekly mental health rounds, or on a more informal basis outside of rounds.
As Nina mentioned earlier, effective monitoring is all about keeping the whole treatment team up to speed on side effects, symptoms, new developments, anything that will help us make informed decisions as the youth progresses in their treatment plan.
And on that note, Nina and Kevin, I would like to thank you again for stopping by and sharing these highlights from the policy on psychiatric medicine. For everyone else, we'll see you later on another episode of Read, Watch, Test.